Cool. Hello, everybody. I hope you are all good and eager to learn something about digital entrepreneurship. I'm your host for today. I'm Magna Saniuță. I'm a lecturer at the Faculty of Management, the University for Political Studies, Administrative Studies and Political Studies. And for today, I will dive in some insights about digital entrepreneurship. My experience is not only in the academia. I was also an entrepreneur in an educational field, and also I'm a mentor for different startups or wannabe startups through the program Innovation Labs. So let's see how we will start today. I want to start with a quote. It's from Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn. I hope you know about LinkedIn. It's a social network platform for professionals, startuppers, founders, entrepreneurs. And what he's saying is that if you are not embarrassed by the first version of your product, you've launched too late. What does it mean? It means that you have to launch as soon as possible your product or maybe also your idea, your MVP on the market in order to gain feedback from your potential customers, to understand better the market and not to invest like, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of dollars or euros of millions of dollars and your product at the end of the day to be a failure. So what is said in practice and also in theory is that ideas are very cheap. We all have ideas. We are walking down the street, we see something, and then we have an idea to do something, to do a business, to do a project. I don't know, we are at the school and our teachers are saying something and oh, I've got an idea, I've got another idea, and so on and so on. Or maybe we are reading something and we got ideas, and that's why it's said that ideas are cheap, but the most important thing is execution. Actually, execution is everything. And also from practice and my experience is that most people think starting a business is only about an idea, a logo and a website. And I can say that also about money. Lots of young people I meet, they are saying, oh, I have an idea, but I don't have money. You will see that money follow a good product. I will say a little bit later, but let's come back to our introduction. Actually, in reality, it's about building a system that creates value while you sleep. And I prepared for you for today 10 rules of the digital entrepreneurship game, from finding your first pain point to mastering the math that keeps you alive. And at the end of our presentation of these 10 rules, I will present you also the business model canvas, and I will explain you how to fill in this one-pager about your business. So the 10 rules are: solve a real problem, find the pain points of your potential customers, know your customer, and I will let you know how to build a persona. Then what is an MVP, a minimum viable product? How you actually make money, because okay, you will raise some funds, maybe you have also your own money, you can bootstrap your business, but in order to raise big amounts of money, you have actually to do also money for your product. Then I will let you know what distribution is in this digital field, some points about feedback loops, the legal and tax basis, because we know that two things are certain in life, taxes and debt. Then something about scalability. Resilience is very important for an entrepreneur to be resilient and consistent and persistent. And As you know, we are living the AI era, so the power of no code and AI is also nowadays on this list with rules of the digital entrepreneurship game. So this was the introduction. We will spend about 2 hours together. If you have questions, please drop them on the WhatsApp group in order to answer to your questions, and so to gain more insights about entrepreneurship and how you can develop a product that is fitting for real the market. So we have a golden rule: solve the real problem, or the pain points principle. And the golden rule is here: don't fall in love with your solution. Most of the entrepreneurs, and mostly the young entrepreneurs, they start with a very cool idea. For example, I want to build an app for gym goers, or I want to build an app for students in order to have a better schedule during the day. But this is a trap. If you start with the solution, you'll spend your time trying to convince people they need it. Instead, you have to start with the pain. Okay, are cases when you can start also with the solution and to create the market, but it's very difficult at the beginning when you are starting to be an entrepreneur to build a new market, because you don't have the experience, you don't have the money for doing this. So it's better to start knowing the market, knowing the pain points, and after some years of experiencing the entrepreneurship, you can have also this great idea and building a new market or finding your blue ocean. So the golden rule in entrepreneurship is: don't fall in love with your solution, fall in love with the problem. So in the real world are 3 levels of pain, and not all the problems are created equal. To build a business, you need to find a problem that fits one of these. For example, money pain. This is is answering to a question: this is costing me too much money every month, or a company. Then the customer can have a time pain. This takes me, for example, 4 hours to do it, and I hate it. And also emotional pains. This makes me feel frustrated, insecure, or left out. A customer can have also all the 3 pains, and if the customer has 3 of these pains, then you have to find a solution that resolves all of them. Or it can have only 1 or 2, or as I said, the 3 of them. It depends on your customer segments, on their maturity level, their values, and so on. And that is why you have to find your persona. But till we get the information about the persona, let's see how we can spot the real problem, or how to spot the real problems. For example, if you see people using some ugly workaround to solve a problem, like a massive Excel sheet or a group chat for something complex, or I don't know, somebody who doesn't know how to take a picture, or somebody who wants to have like a very nice makeup, but they are not mastering the makeup activities, that is your business opportunity. It depends also how big this market is, and how many customers you have in it in order to have a real business and to gain money from this. But I will say you a little bit more when we get the slide about the revenue streams. We have to be have like very open ears and also open eyes when we are around people, and around people who have different problems, and we have to listen for some gold mine phrases in daily conversation. For example, I wish there was a way to solve this Excel sheet faster. So I wish there was a way to stay hydrated all day long. Why is so hard to get from point A to point B and not to know how much the trip costs? I hate it when I have to wash all day the dishes. I try to fill in with some complaints. This is so expensive for no reason. For example, maybe a coffee. You are going in a coffee shop and you are saying, "Oh my God, it's too expensive, and it's not. We don't have a reason to be so expensive. This coffee." These are like complaints of the customers, or are pains the customer has, and it's very important to note this one and to find a solution for the problem the customers has. In practice, entrepreneurs, startuppers are using a framework that is called the painkiller framework, and it has two components: the vitamin and the painkiller. In this world of entrepreneurship, not only digital, as I said, every product falls into one of two categories. The vitamin is something nice to have. For example, it makes things slightly better over time. You know, when you are taking vitamin C, this is the case. This is like the solution the vitamin C provides. But if you forget to take it, nothing bad happens today or tomorrow or after tomorrow. And what is very important to know is that people buy vitamins when they have extra money and feel good. And here the problem for the vitamins is that it's hard to sell because it's not urgent. And it's also with other products. Maybe if you are thinking to products that you are using, for example, it's nice to have a very fancy phone, but it's not necessary, because a phone like that is good, has a good camera, and the battery is good enough to have like all day long, then it's a good phone. Maybe like a superior model is nice to have. And the other category is the painkiller, is the must-have. Why? Because it stops a specific sharp pain right now. If you have, for example, a headache, a massive headache, you will pay almost anything for a pill that makes it go away in 10 minutes or maybe swiftly. And the goal for this category, successful startups find a headache, a broken process, a waste of time, a high cost, a long time to proceed with a process, and provide the pill. This is like who manage to produce painkillers and to bring on the market painkillers, then they have success. And some examples, very well-known examples. For example, Uber. We all are using Uber or Bolt or Blue, other ride-sharing app. Isn't a taxi app. Actually, what Uber kills is the pain of uncertainty, not knowing when your ride will arrive and how much it will cost. Another company is Netflix, and Netflix isn't only a movie site. Actually, what pain Netflix kills is the pain of boredom and the high cost of cable TV. This is the case in US, but most of the time, or the pain it kills mostly is this of boredom. And it's very important to know also, if you can't find a problem, you should go to look at 1-star reviews of popular apps on the App Store. those reviews are literally a list of problems people are begging someone to solve. And it is like a quote in entrepreneurship. You can find gold in somebody else's waste. In this case, are the complaints or the bad reviews or one-star review of your competition. Actually, when you want to start a business, a startup, you have to look around you and also to look very in depth at the competition, because there you can find your opportunity to develop a product that kills some pains. Good. After we know the pains, it's important to know also our customers, and it is called also persona, buyer persona, avatar. It depends on the books you are reading or articles you are reading. Very important, because we tend to say that everyone is our market, that we don't have competition, that we have to promote our product to all the persons on this planet. But this is very wrong, and it's wrong when you are starting. Everyone is not a target market. This is good to know. You have to know, or you need to know exactly who is your user, their age, their digital habits, and what keeps them up at night, what values they have, what information pages they are looking for, on what social media platforms they are staying, what is their buying habit, and so on and so on. Is like you have to have a list with the behavior and the profile of your persona, of your customer. Is like the perfect customer, this persona. And we have some at the beginning is important, or to start like not necessarily small, but in order to receive feedback, is important to find the niche, and the concept is called the niche power. For example, in the reality check, if you say your target market is people who like clothes, you are competing with Zara and Nike, mass market clothing providers, and for sure you will lose. But if you say that your market is 18-year-old gym goers in Bucharest who struggle to find oversized palm covers that don't shrink in the wash, you have a community. So it's easier for you at the beginning to start to talk with this community, because you know where you can find these guys and ladies. You know where they spend their time. You know their language very well. How can you create content for them? And also, it's very important to know that it's also cheaper to know who your persona are, because if you say, okay, I will compete with Zara and Nike, you don't have the money of Zara and Nike, and you will spend a lot of money on ads, and especially on ads, and you will at the end of the day or of the week, you will see that you don't have conversions. And that's why it's also important to know your market. The persona, or the avatar, instead of thinking about markets, think about one person. Give them a name, and if you can describe their day from the moment they wake up to the moment when they scroll TikTok at 1 a.m., you can sell to them, TikTok, Instagram, or other platforms. It is called also to put in the shoes of your customers and to understand how they behave during a day, during the week, during different seasons. If, for example, if you have masculine and feminine personas, then you have to have two avatars in order to know also about their values and their habits depending on their demographics. So know your persona, you know your customers. Let's see what are the three layers of a persona. Actually are a little bit more, but for this intro I think is enough to have like these three layers to put also in your decks. If you want more, you can Google it, buyer persona, and you will find also examples how to build a persona. If your business is in business to business, is business for consumer, it depends also this market. But for the fundamentals of persona, I think, and you can start with this, are sufficient. For sure, as I said also before, to truly know a customer, you need to go deeper than just age and location, but also these demographics are important: age, gender, location, budget, or income. For example, a 19-year-old university student living in a dorm, budget of 50 lei per week for extra. Digital habits, what do they hang out? Are they on Discord, LinkedIn, or Instagram, or TikTok? What do they trust? Do they listen podcast or watch only 15-second reels? What do they search for? What are they typing into Google at 2 a.m.? Actually, are questions you have to put in order to know where your customers are. And if you discover that most of your customers are on Instagram, then you have to talk with them and to transmit your message on Instagram. It's not worth it to pay, for example, Google ads, or to pay for Facebook ads, or to develop content on TikTok if they are not on TikTok. This is important, as I said at the beginning, in order not to waste the money on platforms where your customers are not. And we have also the psychographics, the up at night factor. What are they actually afraid of? Is it failing an exam? It is looking cringe in front of their friends. Is not having enough money to go out on Friday. And also is about the motivation. What do they want to become? For example, the person who has it all figured out. It's also about lifestyle. For example, if they are very active, if they are going to gym, or maybe they are more like into learning and they are spending their time in a library, or maybe they are like party people and they want to go out every evening, every night. It depends on their values. Also, if they are believing in God and or in other religions, if they are like left or right in political beliefs, are more information you can get from them in order to have a very good image of your potential customer. And I will provide you also some examples, but I will have a look also on WhatsApp to see if you have sent some questions. No, it's okay. It's not okay. If you have questions, you can drop them. How a broad idea becomes a powerful persona-led business. For example, I want to sell a study guides. When we have a persona, for example, Alex, he's a first-year law student. He feels overwhelmed by 100 page textbooks. He spends 3 hours a day on its iPad, and actually he's terrified of failing his first constitutional law exam because his parents are lawyers. The result? You don't sell study guides, you sell the 20-page emergency law summary for iPad users. And actually when you will promote your this study guide, you have to sell this 20-page emergency law summary, because Alex has this problem. He has to read, I don't know, 400 pages more, and you will come with the solution, this summary for iPad users. Or, for example, we have Anna, she's 45 years old, and the broad idea of yours is, I want to be a social media manager, but the persona, Dr. Anna, is a dentist. As I said, she's 40 years old. She's brilliant at surgery, but terrified of TikTok or Instagram. Actually, she feels old and left behind by digital marketing, but she wants more patients for her clinic. And she has read that if she will be on TikTok or on Instagram, she will get more patients and for sure more young categories. And the result, you don't sell social media, you will sell the stress-free patients growth system for dentists who hate being on camera. You provide like a strategy, you provide a plan of communication, and Dr. Anna will be happy that she will have new patients to her clinic. I will come a little bit back to the pain points and personas. You know the persona, you have to understand their pain points very well. And after you understand the pain points and you understand also your competition, I haven't written here on the slides about competition, but you have to understand what the person, your persona, actually uses right now in order to kill his pain, with which competitor, and if she or he is dissatisfied of that products, why is dissatisfied, and in this dissatisfaction you will find your opportunity for your startup. And it depends. It's like for business for consumer. But if you have a company, you want to act in the business-to-business field, then you have to describe the pain points and the personas from a company. For example, you will build a software for marketing based on AI. Then your customer is the company, I don't know, Aqua Carpatica or iPhone or Croco or university, but you will talk with somebody from that company, for example, a marketing manager. So you have to describe the profiles of the companies, in which industries and so on, and also how a marketing manager looks like, and because you will target that kind of personas if you will develop a product for business to business. Good. Is more than important to have an MVP, and how I've stated here, stop building, start testing. We are used to, or maybe we were learned to develop very perfect products, but this way of thinking most of the time is also the rule for failure. What is a definition? An MVP is the smallest version of your product that someone is willing to pay for or give their email for, or to provide feedback and so on. Let's see what is this skateboard philosophy. For example, if your goal is to build a transportation business, you don't start by building a car's engine. Why? Because it takes a year or more to build it and doesn't move. But at the beginning, you build a skateboard. The skateboard is actually the MVP. It's basic, it's ugly, but it moves. And what is more important is that you provide it, you give it to the customer, and they give you something valuable, they give you feedback, and then at the handlebars, it becomes a scooter, the frame, a bike, and eventually the engine, the car. But in all this process, you collect feedback and you understand more the pains that the customer has and actually what the customer wants. And when I started, I said something about perfection and failure. Actually, perfect is the enemy of profit. Why? Because you might be wrong. If you spend, for example, 6 months building an app and then realize nobody wants, you waste 6 months. But if you spend 2 days on an MVP, you only lost a weekend or a week, a weekend, sorry. And you don't waste also lots of money. Cash over code. You need to prove people will pay before you invest your life savings. As I said, if you start with this MVP and you will have like 100, 200 people that we will give you their email, for example, then you have a proof of concept that is validated by these 200 people. They will provide you feedback, and after that you can go further to develop your product. And the feedback loop, real users will tell you what features they actually need, and it's usually not the ones you thought were cool. I mean to these features, because as I said at the beginning, we used to fall in love with a solution, and we put there in the apps and also in the product some very cool features. These cool features also cost, but at the end of the day, you will see after you receive feedback from the customers that actually they don't care about your fancy or cool features. They need only a product that is basic for them to do their job. This is what we have to understand. Good. Revenue streams, the how of making money. After we develop this product, the solution, we have also, we understand the pain point, we know the customer, we develop a solution with an MVP, we have to think also how we get money. And a revenue streams is the simple, specific way a business brings in cash from a customer. A single business can and should have multiple streams to stay healthy. And if you can imagine a fountain, if you only have one pipe and it clogs, the fountain stops. If you have 4 pipes, you always have flow. Either if one will clog, you will still have water from the other 3, or from the other 2, or at least from the other 1. Also in the business, you have to have at least 2 revenue streams in order to be sure that at least one produce money. The scope of a business is the profit. So let's see which are the most popular digital revenue models. The first one is asset sale, the one off. How it works: you sell a product, physical or digital, for a fixed price. The customer owns it and the transaction is over. For example, you are selling a specialized PDF study guide for $20 or a logo pack for $100. The pro, you have immediate cash. The cons, you have to find new customers every single day if you don't have a product for that the customer to become loyal. But if you are selling only, for example, study guides for law students, then you have a limited number of students that will pay the money. And if you have only a study guide for the first year of learning in law, the same. But if, for example, if you develop a portfolio of study guides for the first year, for the second year, third year, and so on, and for each topic the students are learning at law, then you can think also to model of loyalty, and so you will be assured that you will have customers on these 4 years of studying law at the university. Then we have also the subscription, and you know already this kind of revenue model. It is called also the Holy Grail. Why? Because users pay a recurring fee, monthly or yearly, for ongoing access to a product or service. Example, Netflix, Spotify, or Discord Mastermind for group for $10 a month, or other, I don't know, YouTube Premium and so on, GBT Premium, Gemini, and others. And also, for example, for the fitness access, you can pay a subscription. Pro, you have a predictable income. You know, if you have, for example, 10 subscription for $10, you will have $100 per month from these 10 subscribers. But we have also cons. You must provide constant values today, so they don't cancel. This is about the churn rate. That's why many of the apps maybe you heard about them yesterday, you will see that after tomorrow they will not be anymore available, because they can't provide constant value to their customers, and then the users will unsubscribe. Okay, we have success stories like Netflix, Spotify, or other streaming products. We have also, for example, I had a guest last week at the faculty from Bible Chat. They have 40 million subscribers downloads right now. So we can say that they are a successful app. It depends on what you are selling and if somebody wants to buy that. But for sure, subscription is a good revenue model. Then we have freemium, the taste test, how it works. You give the basic version for free to get millions of users, then charge for pro features. Is like a subscription model, but with a freemium part. Example, Canva, GBT, or Duolingo. What is the pro here? You have high growth. The cons, you need a lot of free users to support a few paying ones. And okay, you can have also here like a combo is freemium with subscription, but also with some ads for the freemium from the freemium part. It depends on the way you want to develop your model. Then we have service to product, the agency, how it works. You sell your time of expertise as a package. For example, I will edit 10 TikToks for you for $500. The pro, you have high profit margins. The cons, it's hard to scale because you only have 24 hours in a day. And at the beginning, you are only one person. Maybe in some time you can have another colleague, but you have to pay she or him the salary, for example, or a fee. And we have also the another revenue model. We have the affiliate or the advertising. How it works, you build an audience, blog, newsletter, TikTok, Instagram, and other companies pay you to mention their products. For example, an Amazon associate link in a YouTube description. The pro, you don't need to create a product, but you need a huge audience to make real money. It's not enough to have 1,000 followers. You have to have at least 10K, but also 10K is very low. You can also mix these models, but the most popular in digital field are subscription and this freemium part. So I said at the beginning that another important topic is distribution, the battle for attention. Distribution is king. What I said a bit of difference between digital and offline distribution. When we are talking about digital distribution, we have distribution via a website, and when we are talking, and also promotion on different platforms, and distribution offline is related to different stores or some other partnerships. Product versus distribution. The product is what you build, the engine, and the distribution, how it gets to the user, the fuel. The brutal truth, a mediocre product with elite distribution will always beat an amazing product with zero distribution. You will see a little bit later that in the business model canvas, distribution or channels are related to, as I said, to this part of where your customer will find the product and how the customer will know about your product. The rule: you should spend 20% of your time building the product and 80% of your time figuring out how to get it in front of people. You know that a book, if it remains on the shelf, nobody will read it. The same is also because nobody knows about that book that is very good and very nice, and maybe you will laugh a lot after when you will read it. Why is that? Because the author or the library doesn't make any promotion for that book, and although it's good, nobody reads it. So it's also with the products. If nobody knows about your product, nobody will use it. So let's see to the three types of media, the media distribution channels. We have own media, earned media, and paid media. What it is: channels you control completely, your email list, your SMS list, your Discord server, or your website. Why it's king? For example, if Instagram deletes your account tomorrow, or TikTok deletes it, or it will block it, you will still have your email list. This is your real business asset. And also it's important to have also your website, because there you can have all your content, and you are the owner. When you have only a social media, as I said, maybe you will post something that is not appropriate with the values and the rules of that social media platform. So you can have the account blocked, and you don't have access to your content. It's important to have also your website and also your email list. Then we have earned media, organic media. What it is: you are using algorithms to reach people for free. TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, SEO. And why it's king? Because it has a high growth potential for $0. It's how a 19-year-old in their bedroom can reach 1 million people overnight. And we have also paid media, when we have to give money from our pocket, and this is like very, very hard for all the founders. What it is: trading money for eyeballs. Examples: Meta ads, Google ads, influencer shoutouts. Why it's king? It's fast and predictable. If you know your lifetime value, you know also your customer acquisition costs, you can buy growth. Actually, is a matter of mathematics here, and also knowing the numbers. And important for paid media is to know, we are going back a little bit to the persona, to know where your customers spend their time. As I said also then, and I'm only repeating this information, if your customers are not on Facebook, then you don't have to pay Facebook ads. If they are not on TikTok and they are on Instagram, then you have to put your money there. If they are reading newspapers, then you have to be with paid articles there, or have display ads. Okay, this is like paid media, own media, earned media. If you have an offline product, for example, you want to sell these vitamins, I don't know if you are seeing them, then you have to have also offline channels, for example, pharmacies or supermarkets or natural or stores where people can find this kind of natural products, and these are like the channels where you can distribute your product. And for promotion, you will use the same media, own, earned, and paid media, in order to promote your product to your audience. Somebody tries to. So, I said you about feedback loops, your business GPS, the 50% rule. When you start your business, idea is an hypothesis, not a fact. You are guessing what people want. And we have two types of founders. The arrogant founder, he builds or she builds in secret for 6 months, launches and stays quiet when no one buys, because this kind of founder haven't tried to build an MVP. He or she doesn't get any feedback from the customers, and at the end of the 6 months, they want to have a success, but unfortunately nobody wants the product. And we have the smart founder. This founder builds for 1 week, show it to 10 people and ask, what's the worst part about this? And the definition of a feedback loop is like is the process of shipping, releasing something, measuring, seeing how people use it, and learning, adjusting based on what they said or made, if they are also handle the product and using the product when you are also around and you can see how they use it. Good. How we can get real feedback? We have 3 ways. The mom test, avoid biased feedback. If you ask your mom or your best friend or a relative, is my idea good? They will say yes, because they love you. But how you can fix this? Don't ask if the idea is good, ask about their past behavior. Instead of that, would you buy this app? Ask, when was the last time you struggled with a problem, and how did you spend to fix it then? You can use nowadays very easy also AI platforms in order to provide you some good and useful questions to ask when you are looking for feedback. It's also very important to watch, not only to listen, because people are lying, but their actions don't. The MVP move: sit next to a friend, give them your website, product, and tell them, try to buy the item. Don't speak, don't say nothing, you just watch where they get confused, where they click, and where they frown. That frown is your next business feature. Not only with your friends, but also with other samples from your buyer personas. And what is also important to review mining the competitors' pain. Go to your competitors' 1-star reviews on the App Store or Trustpilot. And if everyone says, for example, the app is great, but the customer support takes 3 days, your feedback loop just told you that fast support is your competitive advantage. And when you are releasing your app and you are writing we have customer support in 5 minutes, then for sure lots of people will come to your app because it provides support very quickly. It's like only like a theoretical example for you to understand why it's okay to see where your competitors have not so good points. Then the mom test, watch, don't listen, review mining, and also it's very important to ask a lot of questions and to develop focus group, for example, or to interview your customer segments, to develop and to proceed also with large quantitative research in order to understand better your market, and not to spend a lot of money with promotion and to see at the end of the day that you don't have conversions. Something more, okay, it can be the case that you had all the steps and all the steps made by the book, but at the end of the day, the customers will say we don't buy this product. A, B, C, D, I don't know why, which reasons. It's not okay for you, but for a business it can happen. And what you can do is I will provide this information when we will talk about business model canvas, but you have to change something. Maybe you find another persona, maybe you have to find other channels to promote. Maybe you have to change something in your solution, not the whole solution, but only a feature. It's not like we say, I don't know the English version, nu e un capăt de țară. When you have this kind of situation, you have to be to stay as much as you can relaxed and to look to your business page and to see, okay, what can I change in order to be feasible? If you can't change anything from there, then you have to move on and to find another solution for another segment and so on. It's like the business is not something that is very static, it's dynamic, and you have to be also dynamic in order to have success. Then we have another 3 points: the legal and the tax basics. I only provide some information here. You don't need to be a lawyer, but you should know the basics of registering a company or how VAT taxes work, so you don't get in trouble later. It depends where you want to start your business, in Romania or I don't know, maybe in UK, in US. You have to know all this legal and tax framework, as I said, in order not to get in trouble later. Scalability. A business is different from a job. A job requires your time to make money. A business should eventually be able to grow without you doing every single task manually. Okay, at the beginning, you will be like the king of everything, but with time, you have to start to scale your business. This means you will have employees, you will enlarge your markets, and for startups in technology, as you have to think globally from the scratch, because Romania is a small market for tech businesses. You can develop in Romania, you can have the headquarters here, work with your colleagues, but you have to think from the scratch to go global after you have your product done, in order to gain parts of the markets, not only from Romania. And also very important is the resilience, because if at the beginning you are very excited and you have lots of energy, this will fade. And there is a period after the launch, I don't know, maybe after 6 months, after 1 year, 3 years, depends on you, where growth is slow and things break. And you have to stay consistent during this dip, is what separates successful founders from others. Consistency, perseverance, resilience are words that should be in the vocabulary and also in the mindset and the way of doing things of an entrepreneur, because it's not easy. It's not easy when you have a failure, for example. It's not easy when the market rejects your business, your product, but it's also not easy when you have success. That's why you have to be prepared to do this work, know market, profiling, building, getting a team, or developing a team is very important. Okay, you will be at the beginning, you will be maybe alone, but with time you have to bring also others with you and around you in order to scale. It's not recommended, and it's not easy to work alone. And the last rule from the list, you already know the power of no code and AI in 2026 and also in the future. We don't need a massive team to start. Use AI for marketing, coding, and research. This keeps your cost low and your speed high. And what is fascinating, that you can develop faster the MVP, and you will have more time for testing and improving based on your users' feedback. And what I used to say, that AI nowadays can be your startup consultant when you don't have the resources to pay somebody who is very experienced. You can have at the beginning your AI startup consultant, and with the time after you will launch, and you will have also financing to bring in the team also the colleagues or co-founders, in order to have also their experience in the game. Normally, and it will be nice to have the team from the beginning, but if you don't have resources, AI can be a very good resource to use for your startup. So I said you about the business model canvas, the one-page blueprint, but I will have a look on the. Okay, from the moment now. I said to you that I will present the business model canvas, the one-page blueprint. It is used for every startup competition. It's very easy to understand and also very easy to fill in. As you can see, it has 9 blocks. At the basis, we have revenue streams and cost structures, and as I'm used to say, is on the right part, you will see all what is related to the market, to the customers and the markets, and on the left side is the internal kitchen of the company that actually works in order to provide a value proposition. Normally, and lots of experts are saying that we are starting with the customer segments to know them well, to know their pain points. After we know the customer segments and their pain points, we are starting to build a value proposition, actually the painkillers for the customer pain points. We establish customer relationships with our personas and also the channels. As I said, channels are related to where we can find the product and how we promote the product in order for the customers to know where he can get the product. And if the customer is happy with our solution, he or she will pay for that. Based on subscription, based on one-time buying, and so on. On the other hand, in order to have the solution to provide to the customers, we have to have key partners, some key activities, and also key resources. And for sure, for these key activities and resources, we have a cost structure. As you can see, is about key. We have to put here only what is the most important activity, resources, partners to make the solution. And what is also important when you are pitching your ideas, your products, if you can't explain your business on this one page, it's too complicated, and you have to simplify until it fits. And let's see what each of the blocks represent. I grouped the 9 blocks in 3, and we have the group 1. The who and what is the heart of the business model, where we have the value proposition. What painkiller are you selling? Why should people care about this painkiller you are selling? Then we have customer segments. Who is your persona? And we have talked about it a little bit earlier. Channels, how to reach them? And customer relationship, it is a one-to-one service or an automated app. How do you keep them happy, the customers? And in the customer relationship, when you have like, I don't know, 100, 200, 300 and more customers, you have to start also to think a loyalty program in order to keep your customers happy during a long lifetime with your product. Then we have the group number 2, the how, or the engine room, where we have the key activities. What do you actually do every day? Coding, marketing, cooking. Key resources. What do you need in order to produce the value proposition? A laptop, an AI subscription, a kitchen, or I don't know what you need for money and so on. And key partners, who helps you? Suppliers, influencers, or a delivery platform like Glovo. And group number 3, the money, as you can see, is also like the foundation if you are looking to the picture. Revenue streams, how do you collect cash? Subscription, one-off sale ads if you have a freemium revenue model, and the cost structure. What are your biggest bills? Ads, materials, software. You have to list all what you need. Good. I don't know if you have any questions. I stay like 30 seconds in order to wait if you have any questions till now. For the moment, no. Okay. I want to give you also a short example for this business model canvas. Let's take the Instagram example. What value proposition has Instagram? Fast photo sharing with cool filters. Now we can add also the reels. The customer segments for Instagram are iPhone users, or I don't know, Samsung users who like photography and social status. Let's say users with very good mobile phones, smartphones. Channels, App Store, word of mouth is for Instagram. Then we have revenue streams. Initially were zero, but later they make money from targeted ads. And key activity, app development and service management. This is like a very short example, but I suggest you to have a look on YouTube. Is a guy, Nick Homitz. He explains very nice how you can fill in a business model canvas, and also he provides examples from different businesses. I will let you know also on the WhatsApp group about this example. But at the end, I want to provide you some books recommendations. Is the Lean Customer Development from Cindy Alvarez. The Lean Startup, very, very nice book. The Mom Test, I said you about it, but it's very I think it's one of the best books you can read at the beginning of your entrepreneurial career. And 0 to 1 is written by Peter Thiel, Notes on Startups and How to Build the Future. Okay, are more, but these are like are good for your first knowledge about entrepreneurship. Also, very important for you is to go to different events and to speak about your business or your ideas. Don't be afraid to speak about them, because you will receive feedback. And at the beginning, feedback is more important than money. After you have the MVP and you have also some potential customers, you can go to pitch in front of investors your business, and to gain also investments for your business. So this was my speech. I'm waiting. I don't know, 2-3 minutes for questions. Also, we can get in touch via the group. You can find me on LinkedIn with my profile Adina Saniuța. So I will stay with you like 2-3 minutes. Maybe you will have a question for me or 2 questions. Okay, then we will keep in touch on our group. I wish you all good luck with your ideas and building your ideas. And because Easter is is coming, I wish you all happy Easters. Enjoy your time with your families, and good luck with the development of your products. Bye bye.